Hello lads and lasses and welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about the Newcastle 1-0 loss to Man City. I can only really talk about the second half. That's all I was able to watch. I've seen the goal. It was alright. I think we've been lucky to come away with a 1-0 loss. I think City didn't take a lot of their chances. We didn't really create any chances. Very lucky to come away with just losing 1-0. But before we start talking about any of this sort of stuff, if you're new around here or find yourself here quite often, go below, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 200 before the end of the year. While you're down there, hit that like button, turn those notifications on so you know when I upload in the future. Apart from that, we'll finish that, so we'll get into the good stuff now. So, as I say, I've only been able to watch the second half in full. I missed the first half, but I've seen the goal. Nick Pope, I think, could do a lot better in saving that. He doesn't. Oh well, we'll live. We'll move on. I thought we could have possibly nicked a win. I thought a draw was more likely. We just didn't create anywhere near enough chances to get into the game. I think we were awful. There's no other word for it. We were absolutely awful. I don't know what was wrong with her. I don't know what happened. So that we lost. That's like that. No De Bruyne. Kovacic looked okay from what I'd seen. Haaland was off the mark again, by the way. Didn't play well again against Newcastle. Happened there exactly the same in last year's home game for City, not our home game. Yeah, it could have been better, it could have been worse, I guess. We could have lost by a lot more if City actually took their chances. So we were lucky to come away with a 1-0 loss. We'll get on to the little bit of notes I've made. The first one was we were lucky to come away with just losing 1-0. And apart from that, I don't think we're actually far away from where we want to be. Obviously, we didn't win this game, but I don't think it's long until we're challenging properly for a league title. I think give it a season, maybe 2, and I think we are up there for constant top 4 finishes, a battle for the Premier League, whether we win it or not. I don't think we are that far off. Obviously, there needs to be work done. We weren't anywhere near good enough last night. The midfield especially was awful. And then Anderson came on and he controlled the midfield a little bit better. When he came on, he actually gave something. But apart from that, midfield was absolutely awful. Bruno looked like a shadow of himself. Tonali didn't play like he did in that first game, but I'm not going to hold that against him. It's his second Premier League game and he's playing the best team and arguably the best team in the world at the moment in Man City. So he could have done better. He could have done a lot worse. I don't think he did awfully. Joe Linton didn't look any good. I thought when Sean came on, he looked a bit awful as well. I wasn't a fan of when he came on. He just looked very sluggish and like he didn't want to play. And I mean, the entire midfield did really. The midfield didn't look very good. Miggy had a poor game. I think it's not long until we need to upgrade Miggy, and I don't think you can get angry at that statement. It's true. Miggy isn't world class. He's very good. He's not world class, and I don't know if he knows it, but I've been saying this, and I think it was mentioned on Match of the Day. I don't know. I haven't watched it. My mum mentioned it to us today that it looks like we probably will move Gordon to the right hand side and start Barnes, which is what I said would happen. I've said it for a while. I think that's what's going to end up happening. Is Almiron's great off the ball. He's fantastic off the ball. He presses like no one else, but he doesn't have a lot else to his game. He's one-footed. He refuses to use his right foot. He's not very skillful on the ball. He's pass and go like Harvey Barnes is, which in a sense, is okay, but he doesn't use. There was a few times with Kieran Trippier in the second half where if he passes that ball off, Trips can cross the ball in. We can make something happen potentially, but he doesn't do that, and he wastes the ball. And because he doesn't have a right foot and he refuses to use his right foot, it deads the move completely. And we need to try and stop doing that. It's awful. It's going to lose us a lot more games if we don't try and make him use his right foot. If he can use his right foot, then I think he has a place in the squad. But he can't. He's very one-dimensional. He was awful in the attack yesterday, just because he didn't link up with anyone. So Miggy had a poor game. The press was a bit poor. We seemed very lazy in the press. I don't know why that's happened. We've only played one game, and it looks like it's already taken its toll, maybe. We were playing City, so it's hard to actually tell what was and what wasn't very good. The attack was missing that entire game. Not a lot coming from Gordon. I think Gordon should have actually been sent off. Joe Linton did, well to get a yellow card, so Gordon wasn't sent off for his tackle on Diaz. I think he's late. Diaz does kick Gordon, but I think it's a bit of a late tackle, and it should have been a second yellow. Wasn't to be, which is fine by me. I don't mind our players not being sent off, but I do think he should have been sent off. As I say, Miggy wasn't doing anything. Even Isak didn't do a lot. I think I caught a glimpse of a dribble in the first half. He just dribbled it straight out the sideline. So I don't know what was going on there, but nothing seemed to be linking up very well. Wilson didn't look fantastic when he came on. Harvey Barnes didn't look good when he came on either. I mean, that shot he took from outside the box, absolutely awful. Could have worked something in there. He's still connecting with the others. Livramento's cameo was all right. It wasn't anything special. He didn't have the chance to do a lot, and he didn't do a lot. That's all the attack we had, isn't it? Oh God, it was just a poor second half. It was absolutely awful. We definitely should have lost by more. Definitely should have. Last bad thing, and then we can get on to a little bit of a good thing, because that was a good thing to come out of that game, believe it or not. Last bad thing, Phil Foden had Dan Burns' number. Absolutely had it. I cannot wait to put a proper left back in there, because it's these kinds of moments where, yes, Dan Burns great. I like Dan Burn. I think he does well for the club. He's not a left back. He's not a world class left back. He's not a very, very good left back. Put him at centre back, fine. He's tall. He can win headers. He's a great centre back. He's not a left back. So why do we keep putting him there? Like, put me out of my misery. Lewis Hall, on his way in, waiting to be announced. Once we announce him, once we get him into a bit of training, get him in games, we're going to be high flying. I don't think Dan Burns a bad player by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think he's a good left back. It would be like putting me in a centre back against Haaland. Haaland's going to body us, quite frankly. That doesn't mean I'm a bad player necessarily. Well, I'm not great, but like compared to Premier League, I'm not great. I'm all right on my day, I guess. But my point is, let's play a proper left back, because when we get into Champions League games, when we get into facing City in January, I think it is, when we play them again, when we play the likes of Liverpool have great wingers. Mohamed Salah's on that right hand side. If they switch it up, they can have Cody Gakpo, Darwin Nunez, Diaz. I don't remember what his first name is. Dan Burn is going to get touched up this season if we don't move him centrally. Centrally, he's better. We can allow him to be a bit slower. He's not going to get breezed past. He just didn't look comfortable last night. That's the last of me Dan Burn slander. Someone didn't like it when in one of my Lewis Hall videos. He's just not a good left back. That's all I'm trying to say. So all I've been saying last season. He played well last season. This season, though, Phil Foden had his number. We'll leave that at that. Let's talk about the good to come out of this game, because there was a little bit of good. Sven Botman, Fabian Schär, fantastic centre-backs. Kept Haaland at bay, didn't score in the entire time he played, which is really good. It comes to something when you're praising players for not allowing a specific player to score. But I think Sven Botman especially played amazingly last night. I think he was the best player on the pitch for us by far. Obviously, the game man of the match went to Phil Foden. You can see why. He played amazingly. Our man of the match, I'll name it now. We'll give it Sven Botman. He played fantastically in that game. He's one of the reasons we only kept it to 1-0. The attack also helped that by not scoring. But yeah, well done Sven Botman. He gets a little crown. It's a sad little crown today, because we didn't win. But yeah, that's about it. Centre backs did good. Sven Botman did really good. Shaw did good. Dan Burn's been found out as by Phil Foden. It'll be interesting to see if we do carry on having to play him. It'll be interesting to see if other teams start to target him. As I thought they would last season, and they didn't really. So we'll have to see if that happens this season. It probably will, especially in the Champions League. Yes, hopefully the attack finds itself back for Liverpool's game. It's a home game, so I will have the vlog coming. Yeah, that's it. So I will have a video tomorrow, possibly not Tuesday, as I am away for the night on Monday, so I don't think I'll have time to upload one. So any news will be saved for Wednesday. We might have a couple uploads then, but after Tuesday we'll be back to normal schedule and all that stuff. And if you want to be notified when I do upload, hit that notification button after you've subscribed. Again, trying to hit 200 before the end of the year. Leave a like while you're down there. All that good stuff. Cheers. In a bit, pal.